reason I started making knives in the first place.
He's so cute. Yeah.
Whoa, nice.
Handmade on a small farm in Texas. Like that's the brand imagery, right? So I am a third generation metalworker, but my grandfather was a machinist, my father was a welder. And I worked as a welder for a little while, so I'm third generation metalworker, first generation blacksmith. You know, it's funny is I teach the kids jujitsu, and when the kids find out why people call me that, it's actually disappointing for them. It's like they usually think it comes from something really epic, like you know, my skills were forged in the fire of combat. Like, no, it's just my job. And kids like watching their faces, kind of like, oh, they don't understand that it's an actual job. Like, it's, for a lot of people, it's a hobby, and it's a fun hobby to have. It was a hobby for me for a long time. Not only are we, are we doing this full time? We have multiple people working here, multiple people making a living doing this in 2026. So for me, it's a pretty shining example that you can do whatever you want. So I was born in Texas. I was born outside of Houston, Webster, Texas. Moved to Austin when I was 17. I was in Austin for about 10 years before I moved out here. Moved out here after I met my wife, got married, had our first kiddo. My oldest was about 6 months when we wanted to get out of the city. So we decided to buy some land, move out here. I had to convince her at first. She was kind of worried about like losing the conveniences of living in like an urban environment. Out here, there's no like delivery food, or you can't really walk anywhere, things that are like kind of convenient when living in a city. Because we were in like smack in the middle of downtown Austin. Like I could see the UT Bell Tower from my front yard, and we could walk to 15 different bars and restaurants and things like that. But now you could not pay us to go back. So we got chickens, goats, turkeys, cow. I just had a calf born on the property, so we have like a baby cow over there right now. But yeah, so right now, me and my oldest son wake up with the sun every morning and like milk a cow. Yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of fun, honestly. Like I was kind of surprised it worked so well, because this is all a learning experience for us. So my wife bought me the cow for Christmas as like a Christmas present. She was already pregnant, so we were kind of just waiting for the calf to be born, worried about complications or what we were gonna have to do, and it was just kind of seamless, like nothing bad happened. It all went perfectly smooth.
It's kind of crazy you took on a pregnant cow. Like,
Yeah.
Your responsibility to learn how to take care of a cow, and then a pregnant one is like a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Especially because I was getting prepared to like assist in the birth of the calf and all of this kind of stuff, and nothing, like she didn't need me at all. It was super just.
She was giving birth, you came out the next morning and there was a cow.
Yeah, so we knew she was right at that point where we were kind of looking for it like any moment. But then one morning I just like went out to feed the animals, and there's just an extra cow in our pen. Yeah, and she's real sweet. The calf is real sweet. She'll like come up to you and like eat out of your hand and stuff. Mama cow is still kind of skittish. She came to us, she was already kind of skittish, but interacting with the calf, she seems to be a lot more comfortable with us. It's like she kind of, and then I had to build like a milking chute. I had to build a separate pen for the calf. I had to build all this stuff that I've never done before, and I was kind of winging it. And so the fact that it's all worked out without any hiccups or anything, that we were able to just start milking. So we try to be as sustainable as possible here. So not only do we now have our own source of milk, we have cheese, butter, we have eggs. We can process for meat, which we do sparingly. Most of our animals kind of walk the line between like provision and just pets. We have no plan on ever processing our cows for meat. Like I'm a big meat eater, but they're pets.
I know, I would feel the same way.
Yeah. I haven't milked a cow since I was like a little boy on like a school field trip to a farm or something like that. But it just worked, and it's been working. My 10-year-old's learning how to do it, because you have to do it every day. I can see how it would be a chore, but we've got it down to a system where it only takes like 15 minutes in the morning to do it. My wife separates the cream from the milk so she can turn that into like butter, cheese. I was really excited about butter, like super excited about butter, like more so than just milk.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, because I don't really drink milk.
Yeah.
But I'll put butter on anything. So my wife will put just like butter in her coffee. I'll just eat it on like sourdough. Because my wife's been making bread and stuff too. Homemade bread. She'll use the milk and eggs, and, you know, to make the bread, and then we can put homemade butter on the bread. She made homemade ice cream like right away. She bought a little ice cream maker. Her first flavor was maple vanilla. She used maple syrup as the sweetener, so we didn't have to add any like sugar or anything.
Oh man, I forgot to do an overbite. I'm just kidding. On the stomach. See me at the end of the day, I'm just a ball of rust.
Perfect. Hello, Kane.
Can't be a problem. I'm gonna throw in some steel for some hot work. Measure this out. Let's go 6. Gotta clean it up. That'll work. Give that another minute or so for some heat. This burns at 2,400 degrees. I'm looking for around 2,000 for the metal. So right now we're tapering this bar, which is basically just bringing it down to a point. It's like a pre-step to forging a knife. Now when we go to flatten the bar, it will already have a taper to the profile. All right, so I'm gonna flatten this guy. Forging out the handle, leaving this part right here is called the bolster. This would be an integral bolster in which it is one piece of material. So all I'm doing right now is just flattening. I've already isolated this, giving it some shaping, flattening to pull a little more length out of it. And then that one will be good to go. When we layer copper and other non-ferrous metals into steel like this, it's actually a very finicky process. So we have to work above the forging temperature of steel, but below the melting point of copper. These are different types of acid. Like this one is ferric chloride, which is a little more caustic. The one on the end there is white vinegar. If the acid is too strong, it can actually make the copper bleed. So we go for a lighter acid and a longer soak on these. These can get something a little more harsh. The pattern you're seeing here, that is from different metals layered in here. Then when we expose them to an acid, they corrode at different rates. And the contrast between the different metals produces the pattern. It's probably my favorite part of my job is layering steel. It is often a surprise to me how it's going to turn out. I'm moving them to a lighter acid, so it just brings out more contrast. The copper layering and stuff like that is kind of rare because of the difficulty of it, working those really narrow temperature ranges. But we also do bronze, gold, silver, things like that, which, as far as I know, we're one of the only people.
Your tattoos look sick on camera.
Oh, thanks. It's St. Michael's sword on this side. Put more art on the wall since the last time we were here.
I know, I'm seeing you got some decor going.
Yeah. I think it's funny that things like this often get categorized as something dark or something demonic, but this is literally a representation of light conquering dark. But
I love that.
Puritans get a little more worried about the, that sort of imagery. But you grinding a cleaver? Me too. We decided to break up our work into different collections. I wanted to retain real creative control over certain elements of the work without having to limit the creativity of the other craftsmen we have working here. So we basically broke it up into things we work on as a team and then my personal work. We have our signature collection, which is my personal work. I don't really put any sort of limits on, and it's just kind of following the creative flow as it happens. Usually working within some sort of theme as it stands out to me, but oftentimes I'm just letting the work kind of lead me. Then we have what we're calling our homestead collection, which is kind of classic designs that are repeatable, models we can do over and over. We can change up materials and things like that, aesthetics, but they are at their core, repeatable models that we work on as a team that usually passes through the hands of every craftsman that works here before they're finished. We are moving forward with what we're calling our adventure collection, which is utilitarian stainless steel models designed specifically for like the outdoors, for camping, backpacking, bushcraft, fishing boats, things like that. That's why we're going with stainless, is so we can do a little more corrosion resistance and function on like a boat. We have been discussing for a little bit now what we are kind of on the interior calling our Deep Woods collection, which is individualized one-offs that are kind of off in the woods. We're just kind of having fun with it. Every now and then we kind of end up with extra pieces of steel that don't really fit one of our repeatable models, or we kind of go off on a creative tangent and make something that is unlike anything else we do. And we're trying to find kind of a home for those pieces. With again, the idea of like not trying to limit the creativity of anyone who works here. With like every now and then you gotta just have to follow what you feel like working on. And oftentimes that is something brand new. For maybe a little over a year now, we have had subscriber exclusive drops, which are usually one knife at a time. Unlike anything else we do, no limits on materials. We are, again, referring to that internally as our cathedral collection, because that was a big part of the inspiration in the first place. Was I have this obsession with cathedral architecture, church history, things like that. Our first knives in that collection were actually based on C.S. Lewis novels. Like I said, no limits on materials or design, the highest end we can possibly go. And eventually that evolved into what we're calling our cathedral collection, which is just like individual knives done to the absolute nines, and then available exclusively only through like our newsletter to subscribers and things like that. When I first went into that cathedral collection, I was actually coming off being very ill. I was kind of sick in bed for a while, pneumonia. I was kind of just diving into all these things that I love. I was diving into church history. I was reading a lot of like C.S. Lewis novels and diving into like ancient Christianity and things like that. The architecture and the art was one of the things that was really drawing me that direction, is that there's so much beauty there that I eventually was like, I need an outlet for this. Like this isn't something that I can apply to every piece we ever work on. This isn't something I can embody day to day. This is something that I would like to be, bigger than I am.
You want a belly rub?
It's like a Wu-Tang symbol.
You guys.
Stand up. Good boy. Every time he listens, we give him a little treat.
Yeah.
Like we give him treats for or just like scratch him, or just like sometimes I can. Okay, I'm not giving you with the bones.
Only because we were filming and I wanted you to meet them. But general rule still applies if we aren't up in. Oh my gosh! Hi.
Hello.
And Caleb,
Hello.
that time you was at church.
Yes.
Came to our
Last
church,
time,
yeah.
like 6 months ago.
Yeah, last time.
Caleb, you need to go
My
to
dad
church
told me.
last.
Your dad had fish tacos.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for that
Yeah, you need it. I mean, especially with big dog. Yeah. But she just loves it for some reason.
I actually just sneak up
That's a
sneak
pretty
up on
one. That's
them
Pearl.
when they don't know.
This one's a cutie.
The breast feathers, there's 4 feathers.
So they don't fly over. Yeah.
See, they're actually trying to fly. Did you see that? You see that?
Can you catch one?
Actually,
Don't hesitate, baby. Just grab it.
I actually can grab one. Okay, now I'm gonna have to let him go because he's literally flipping out.
Grab one, baby. Just grab it.
Dude, he's on it.
Push it.
He's on it. Oh, next one. Next one.
Oh. Good job, dude.
See, it's all quacking.
What's this one's name?
We don't know.
Ryan.
No. We just caught that
So a baby
one.
goose is a gosling? Oh.
No.
Oh.
I want to hold it. No.
His name is Ryan
I'm
Baby
just-
Goose.
It's gonna fall out of your hands, Laura.
Good job.
Nice.
Aww.
Aww.
That was actually a long film you took.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
You ran so hard that your feet switched.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
So we have half day, full day, 2-day, and 3-day classes, and all depends on the complexity of the builds. Half days are what we do often for like kids, and we forge like a railroad spike knife, and they take it home with them. We'll even sharpen it if the parents are cool with that. Full day is probably our most popular one. It's where we make a carrying knife with a sheath, and you leave with it like on your belt. 2 days is our chef knife class, where we'll often make steel in-house. So like the layered steels and stuff I was showing you out there, we'll actually walk you through making that. And then that's most of day 1. Day 2 is forging a chef knife out of it and taking it home at the end of the day. And then our 3-day classes are set for little sets, like 4 to 6 knives, depending on, like I said, the model and the complexity and things like that. We have a lot of those around Christmas, and if it's like people are trying to like knock out all their Christmas gifts, so it's like they come in for a 3-day class, they make 4 or 5 knives, and then that's their 4 or 5 gifts to give to people.
Yep.
All right, let's see. So basically just polishing it by removing the scratches from the previous grit. Still some more material coming off, so we're gonna see more and more patterning. Boop. Wow. Little rosebud right in the middle. So this stuff right here is all our signature collection, and that personal work, mostly individual one-offs, complex layered steels.
I love the wood on this one, the inlay.
That's linen and burlap, fully penetrable, meaning that the dyes go throughout the entire piece. It's not like a surface stain or anything like that. If you were to sand or cut into that, it looks like that all the way through.
Wow.
But during the stabilization process, we can add all sorts of dyes and things like that to pretty much turn wood any color that we want it to be. We still go with you know, naturals as we can, but it is fun to kind of play around with colors every now and then. So those are a good example of our homestead collection, is that these are repeatable models. Like that is our current paring knife that we, for cutting in the hand. Yeah, that's actually what paring means. I think a lot of people don't know that, is that they think of it as just like a small utility knife, but to pare means to cut in the hand. Homestead collection has always kind of been our kind of idea of competing with high-end commercial cutlery. That we try to keep it in the price range of high-end commercial cutlery. So if you're looking at like Wusthof or Schoon or some of the popular commercial brands that are on the upper end, our pricing for that collection is competitive with them, but it's still made by hand in a small shop, by, you know, with the individual attention of a craftsman. That is black and white ebony. It's a very cool material. It's kind of rare, it's hard to get. We came across a bunch of it in pool cue blanks, like big long blocks of it for turning pool cues that we cut up for handles. But yeah, that's one of Caleb's specialties. I think he calls it alligator backing or something like that. It's like it adds a non-slip element to the handle, where it actually gives it a little more, you know, texture in the hand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nikiri translates to leaf cutter from Japanese, and it is the first knife I ever made. That was my wife's favorite knife when we were dating, and when I first kind of endeavored to make knives, it was to replace her favorites or kind of you know, impress her. So that was the first knife I undertook. Was trying to make it's a Japanese vegetable knife, is what it is. And I think I told you this story last time, is I had to make quite a few before I made one that would actually replace what she had been using. But
So this is gorgeous. This is insane. This handle's insane.
so this is rosewood red jasper stones. This is an actual stone inlay, and then this is a ivory jute, which is like similar to burlap, compressed in a resin.
It's crazy what you can do with resin.
Yeah.
Like, are you making these into handles?
Yes, so this is actually the current signature collection that I'm working on, this blades that we've been grinding today with the copper layers and the bronze layers. We recently had some custom orders come in that required resin casting for the handles, so we were diving into resin casting anyway, so I started playing around with natural materials. In this one we have citrus, figs, things like that cast. We've got some flowers from around the property cast here. We've got some lavender and roses here, and chrysanthemums and things like that.
Is that the fig?
Yeah. So this is, you can see these are figs here. If you look through on the other side, we have lemons. So we're going for like a citrus. With the seasonal change that impacts the work we're doing every day, we're working outside, that we can kind of capture little snapshots of that from around the property. The original inspiration for this one was trying to capture that citrus aesthetic, like this brown and yellow. And these are actually translucent, so we're gonna be able to put something behind them. We've got some cool ideas for it. But this is going to be our next signature collection, which is usually done in much smaller batches. This one is just going to be 5, all in this theme: house-made layer steels, cast flowers, and fruits that kind of capture that kind of shift from spring into summer before it gets way too hot out here. So I'm looking at color combinations, and I'm looking at the thickness of the handle material. And weight and things like that. Copper is more dense than steel, so the copper layering in here makes these blades slightly heavier, which is why we hollow out a little more of the handle. And I have to kind of consider the weight of the handle material with the weight of the blades so that I can produce a overall balanced tool. I'm also factoring in aesthetic as well, is that since I've hollowed out some more of this blade, I may be able to put some sort of liners on here. With this being a clear material, the liners show through the material. Yeah, it pulls a lot of length out of the material, but now I gotta like reshape. The thinner the material gets and the more surface area it has, the faster it will heat up. So the heats will get faster. This is Lakestone, a client of ours, chef based in Austin, is opening a restaurant. Opens in September. That's all themed on freshwater fish, wild game, things like that. He wanted two matching knives with this stone cast as the handle. One knife is going to be on display in the dining room, and then it has a twin that's going to actually be the main knife preparing the food in the kitchen. So when you're eating there, you can actually see then like a twin version of the knife that's making your food. We had to hunt down this stone. We had to, I think we ended up finding some on eBay. But honestly, the hunt is kind of half the fun of like finding these kind of weird materials. And then we had to play around with casting it, the time, the pressure. It has to stay under while casting. It has to stay under constant pressure as it's curing. So it has to be done in like basically in like a pressure pot, similar to like pressure cooking rice or something like that. Difficulty cutting and sanding the stone. Stones like quartz and things like that are very, very difficult. They're very hard. They dull our abrasive, dull our saw blades. And this stone, whereas like limestone is easy. And this stone was kind of in between, like some hard spots, some soft spots. So it was a little more, kind of sporadic in the process. Caleb had to hand sand as we were shaping the handles. He had to hand sand each stone individually so that it didn't sit proud next to the resin. But the client picked up the knives yesterday, was it? Yeah. Loved them.
Also, our mom and are coming. They're our grandparents, kind of. Kind of like our grandparents. Sometimes we chop wood with an axe right here to throw it into the fire pit. This is the axe.
Show me how you do it. Are you allowed to?
Yeah.
Whoa, nice.
That's Emma. See Emma? She's the time.
What's her name?
Emma.
Emma. What's her mama's name?
Elsa.
Oh.
See? She's so cute. It's cute.
Who is this?
Okay,
Silky.
This is Silky. Our other one died. See, this is Silky. You can actually.
Oh.
See,
Wow, good job.
Do you want to pet it?
I would love to pet it.
it's so soft. See?
Hey, Olin.
No! Ah.
You're welcome.
Hi, Emma.
I say Emma.
Emma, come here.
Is that gunshot? You hear that gunshot?
Fireworks.
Come pet her, baby. Hey, yeah, pet Emma.
I know it was an Elsa body.
Ooh. Milking the cow, in the morning with the coffee, coming out here foraging, went and taught homeschool jujitsu, then rolled for an hour, came back, made lunch with the kids. We have a pool that we built ourselves on the other side of the rain tank that we just got prepped for summer. So it's like open now. So just then like go swim in the pool that we built. And then I went and got a tattoo, which is not a normal day thing. But, you know.
yeah, that would be fire to catch.
I still was just like, this was a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being like all this stuff in one day. When I love the idea of showing the lifestyle that we're trying to create here, of showing it as an option. You can just get a cow and milk it.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
That's great. Yeah, you know.
like,
You learn by doing.
yeah, you can just get a cow. I feel like so many people don't think they can't do something because they've never done it. I mean, for real, like I wanted a cow for a long time. On Christmas, my wife was just talking to some friends of ours who were trying to sell a cow. And she knew how much I wanted one, or how I brought it up like a bunch of times. And she was like, fuck it. Like, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Got the cow. And here it is, you know, June. That was Christmas, so here it is June, about 6 months later. And like,
got 2 cows.
yeah, we got 2 cows, and we have milk, butter, cheese, ice cream. We're isolating right now half and half, because I actually put half and half in my coffee. And so it's like, be cool to have like our own little jar of like half cream, half milk, just for, you know, so we don't have to buy half and half at the store. So much of that was just like faking it till you make it. Like just being like, I don't know how to milk a cow. Highlighting like family farm, like that's really what we try to, you know, handmade on a small farm in Texas. Like that's the brand imagery, right? I've referred to it before as wholesome propaganda. When you're going through your feed, you can see a lot of negative stuff, but if you're following Iron Grove, like you're gonna see handcrafted, you know, ironworks, which is what we do, but you're also probably gonna see how cute my daughter is.
Yeah.
You're gonna see our dog getting his ears, you know, you're gonna see us milking a cow and not really knowing what we're doing.
So you gotta go louder. You gotta go
Thank you for visiting us today.
more enthusiastic with your personality.
Make it big.
Yeah, big. Say
You go
it.
like this. You go like this. Okay, you go. Thank you for visiting us today.
Say it.
Thank you for visiting us today.
Woo!
Ah!